if you like this vid and you like content like this, well, guess what? I make tons of videos like these. Go ahead and click subscribe, click that bell icon, and if you do like the vid, go ahead, like, and let me know by leaving a comment down below. Hey guys, welcome back to Dylan's Little Hobbies, and in today's video, we are going to eventually be talking about Hunter x Hunter. I say eventually because I really want to start the video talking about Naruto first. Why? The simple reason is because Naruto was my very first anime, and because of that, I tend to compare everything to Naruto. Now, that has some of drawbacks as well as some pros as well. So the fact is, Naruto is my favorite anime ever, and while it's definitely not for everybody, I really feel like at least if you're an anime fan and you have not seen any bit of Naruto, I would at least suggest giving it a try. It's not for everyone, but it is something I would highly recommend. It's such a compelling story. Yes, at times it can get into some situations that I wish were different in terms of the way the story went, but overall, Naruto was at the top of the line for quite a while, and definitely to me, it's one of my favorite animes, and I can't recommend it enough. Now, because I am such a big Naruto fan, I have a lot of people, including friends, family, as well as I get some sort of recommendations from other YouTubers to watch other anime. They say, oh, this is either like Naruto or it's better than Naruto. So I started watching animes to hopefully get the feel of Naruto. I've watched Bleach, and Bleach is an interesting anime. I feel like as much as I do enjoy Bleach, and I did a review for it, because I tend to compare it to to Naruto so much, what ends up happening for me is Bleach, just in terms of the writing, the way it's explained, the way the abilities are explained away, it doesn't feel the same to me. I am not the biggest fan of Bleach because of that. When, of course, Bleach is one of the most popular anime out there, Bleach is definitely a good anime. I would definitely highly recommend Bleach as well. But it's fun to compare it to Naruto, and for me, it's not as good as Naruto, but that's just me. Now, talking about Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is a really interesting one. Dragon Ball is actually quite old. It's older than Naruto, and a lot of people like comparing Dragon Ball to Naruto as well. And in high school, I have a friend who didn't know anything about Naruto, and I didn't know anything about Dragon Ball. I got him to watch Naruto, and he got me to watch Dragon Ball, and we both ended up loving both of these series. Dragon Ball is really interesting to compare to Naruto, but it's simply just a different style of writing, and it's just really fun. Dragon Ball is definitely one that I would highly recommend as well. There are tons of great anime, not just good anime, great anime. And of course, I'm always looking for a show that is going to give me the exact same feeling I have of Naruto, of Dragon Ball. Bleach gave me some of that feeling, but I'm always looking for an anime to give me that same childhood, growing up, going through the trials and tribulations of the world, you know? I am always looking out for that type of anime. Now, everyone loves My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia I also do reviews and videos for as well. It's just as good as Naruto, definitely. One of the greatest shows I am currently watching is actually Black Clover. I actually made a video talking about how I do believe Black Clover is Naruto 2.0. I truly think Black Clover is better than My Hero Academia in some aspects. Black Clover is probably the only modern anime show that really has given me that feeling that Naruto has, and I recommend that show as well. Now, not all these shows are for everyone. I get that, but you should at least try it. But why am I talking about Naruto so much? The simple reason is because, again, it's my top anime. It's my first anime ever. However, I keep hearing about this show called Hunter x Hunter. That's actually, they consider it even better than Naruto. And I had to watch it. I had to figure out, why was this show considered better than Naruto? It is not Naruto 2.0. In fact, Naruto, you can almost say, is kind of a ripoff of Hunter x Hunter, the same way you can almost say My Hero Academia is a ripoff of Naruto. Not that they're actually ripping off, but that you can make very many story comparisons to it. Hunter x Hunter was pretty much the original Naruto, and I watched it, and I'm very happy to say that I agree. It is one of the best animes I've ever seen. Now, is it better than Naruto? Again, just because of my love for Naruto, I have to say no. But my biased opinion, it's way better. It is. It's way better. I really like the way Hunter x Hunter kind of wrote its characters more than Naruto. And what I really like about Hunter x Hunter is, while they do have a lot of characters, they only tend to focus on so many of them. Like, you get into Naruto, and even My Hero Academia has this kind of problem. You introduce so many iconic characters, and because you don't really get a chance to focus on these iconic characters, they kind of just end up being left aside into the background, and you never hear of them. I mean, Dragon Ball is a great example of this. Like, think of Tien and Yamcha, for example. There are no Tien and Yamchas in Hunter x Hunter, and that's what I really, really like. But there are tons of Tiens and Tiens and Yamchas in Naruto, for example. So that's something I really like, is the way they wrote the characters in Hunter x Hunter. What is the story about? The story is actually really interesting. So it's about this kid who, apparently, his mom passed away when he was born, and his dad went out to become a hunter, leaving the kid with of course, his aunt. He's always wanted to not only know his dad, but know why his dad chose to be a Hunter x Hunter. He thinks to himself, okay, if being a hunter is so cool that you would leave your child behind, then he wants to too, to find out why. It is such an amazing job, and I really like the way, again, it's just written. The story alone is pretty darn cool. So that's where our young character. Now, you actually have to forgive me when I try to pronounce these characters' names, because even though I did hear the name in English dub, I did watch the Japanese, as well as I skimmed through the manga. Some of the characters' names I'm probably not going to be able to pronounce, but our main character, Gon, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. Gon, I really enjoyed the character Gon, just because of his story with his father and the great adventure that he tries to go on. So he goes and takes the Hunter x Hunter exam. I keep saying Hunter x Hunter, but I keep forgetting that it's one hunter in the show. The show is called Hunter x Hunter. So anyway, he takes the hunter exam, he meets his friend Killua, and I'm probably going to mispronounce Kurapika? I'm probably mispronouncing his name, but he is the blonde-haired kid with the red eyes, and they just go through this great adventure into becoming a hunter. And I'm not going to spoil the whole show, but rest assured, I can say this: Gon does become a hunter, and then he gets to go on these great adventures, finding out what a hunter does. And it's really interesting what they decided to do in this world of Hunter x Hunter. So basically, there's this whole government built on just these hunters, and they go out and they pretty much just hunt bad guys. And yes, Gon does end up hunting a lot of them. There's also this really cool thing with I'm pronouncing his name wrong. I'm going to have to get this name right eventually. I'm literally looking up. Kurapika? I'm pronouncing that name. Kurapika? I'm pronouncing that name so wrong. And of course, Leroy. Leroy is this tall guy who really looks like he's 30 years old, but he's only 18. He wants to be a doctor because of what's happening with his sister. So that's just really incredible. Of course, you can make a lot of comparisons between these characters and other animes. And that's what I really like. What I really did like, though, is the character of Killua. Killua is probably my favorite character in the show. He's a white-haired kid. He comes from a family of assassins, and he doesn't want to be an assassin. All he wants is a friend, and luckily for him, Gon is that friend. And I just like the way the story goes on from there. Now, there is a heck of a lot more I can tell you, and I mean a heck of a lot more. There's this whole story with this bug king named the King Ant, and there's this super fight between him and this crazy old man. You know how you have the third Hokage, and you have Master Roshi, you got some old guy in popular anime that is just super crazy strong. Well, for Hunter x Hunter kind of started it, as far as I can see. You got this character named Netero, and you get to see him fight the King Ant. And the King Ant's real name is a spoiler. I'm not going to tell you, but I can tell you this. Their abilities are super cool. Something that I really liked about the show, though, is that the Ant King is amazing, stupid strong, right? And what they decide to do is they don't decide to make Gon super stupid strong, although he does eventually get there. They decide not to have him fight the king, but have him fight one of the king's minions. The minion ends up being his greatest foe, and I just like the way they did that. They didn't make it that Gon has to be the only one who can defeat the King Ant. Unlike with something like Naruto, remember Naruto ended up being the only one who could defeat Pain, who could defeat Madara, who could defeat Sasuke, and stuff like that. So I just like the way this story was written, and there is a whole lot more detail I could go in, and I simply won't, because I want you guys to watch it. And trust me, the best part about it is, as far as I can see, unfortunately the show actually never ended. Why do I say that's the best part about it, though? Best part about it is that because the show never ended, it could be written in the future. I hope that one day someone actually decides to maybe write more Hunter x Hunter. especially because it kind of leaves off. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it did end with Cone finding his father, and because Cone does find his father, but what his father acts like is a spoiler for the show. I'm not going to spoil it, but at the end of the show, it's Gon and his father in a huge tree, and they leave a possibility that they're going to go on a huge adventure. I don't know if the show ended like that, or if the story just ended like that. It's in the manga as well, or if they actually planned on writing more and that was it. But either way, if you guys have not seen Hunter x Hunter, it's not only just as good as Naruto, but it's better than Naruto. It's definitely the original, and it's a whole lot of fun to watch. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts on Hunter x Hunter. Again, I could go into a lot more detail, but that's not what this video was supposed to be about. This video was supposed to actually pique some interest and get you guys into watching Hunter x Hunter possibly. Thank you guys for watching, and I am